An extremely difficult situation there as Tuticorin struggles to fight through the water. The question being raised is, why was it so unprepared? Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin today said that the Indian Met Department did not predict such extreme rainfall and there was an absence of adequate warning. An orange alert, remember, was sounded, but it did not predict the extreme rainfall. The record levels that we witnessed in some parts like Kayalpatnam, 932 millimeters of rain was received in 24 hours, and that's almost the annual rainfall of that area in one single day. Srikanth, which I mentioned earlier, where nearly 800 rail passengers were stuck, received the highest rainfall ever recorded in the plains of Tamil Nadu. So was there a lack of prediction abilities? Joining me now is renowned and respected weather blogger from Chennai, Srikanth K. Srikanth, thanks so much for speaking to us. Just put the numbers and the kind of rainfall we received in perspective. Was there a lack of prediction ability? Can models even predict such extreme events?
Good evening, Virrago. To give a perspective, we are talking of about 15 places has received 50 centimeters or more in that 2-day period, that is 48 hours. Bulk of it is in about 30 hours. It's not even 48 hours. 48 hours is for statistical purposes. But in about 30 hours, 24 to 30 hours, 15 places had recorded 50 centimeters or more. You had Kayalpatnam recording nearly 116 centimeters. Again, for statistical purpose, it was split into 2 days, but practically it's, I think, 24 to 28 hours only, not even 30 hours. Tiruchendur, again, about 92 centimeters. So this is something which is unimaginable in any sort of parlance, if we have to say that, because we very rarely see this kind of rain. And somewhere in the 1960s, Vandavasi recorded about 70 odd centimeters. That's been the highest for so many years in the plains of Tamil Nadu. And even if you look at the Ghats, 90 centimeters does not happen often in the western Ghats of Tamil Nadu. So that sets the context of what parts of Tuticorin and Tirunelveli actually received on those 2 days. Yes, there were alerts. There was a red alert on Sunday afternoon.
So is there an ability to predict, Srikanth? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Is there an ability to predict such events? Because we often have an orange alert or a heavy rain alert. Could someone fault the system for not predicting an event of this nature?
I think it's not right to say we should fault, but I think we should look at where we could possibly improve. Because today it was Tamil Nadu and Tuticorin and Tirunelveli. Tomorrow it could be Bombay. Remember, Bombay got 90 centimeters in 2005. So it could be Delhi one day, it could be Calcutta one day. So if I have to say that there is a learning which we have to derive from this, is that I think, considering we have been seeing extreme rainfall incidents happening more and more in the recent years, I think we, just like how US is looking at creating a category 6, they are academically discussing whether hurricanes should have one more scale from the current category 5, which is the strongest. Should we look at a further scale in terms of extreme rainfall events, is I think something which now needs to be debated, because we are having urban extreme rainfall incidents. We just saw that in South Tamil Nadu. So I think that's one key learning which I would possibly suggest at this point of time. I think politics aside.
Right, Srikanth, that's an important... Yeah, politics aside, I understand what you're saying. It's an important point because we are seeing these extreme weather events. As you make that point, Srikanth, NDTV's Pallav Bagla reports on how ISRO and the Department of Atomic Energy joint effort in developing a Doppler weather radar, which could help predict or at least increase the accuracy of predictions of such extreme events. He spoke with Dr. Venkata Srinivas at the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research in Kalpakam, or IGCAR, on the radar that's at that facility.
I'm at a very unique radar facility, a facility which has been created in collaboration between the Indian Space Research Organization and the Department of Atomic Energy, two of India's frontline science and technology agencies. And I have with me Dr. Venkat Srinivas, the person who is heading this facility at the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research at Kalpakam. Dr. Venkat, what does the Doppler radar do?
Radar basically is a radio detection and ranging instrument which measures the reflectivity from the clouds, storms, and gives the amount of precipitation and cumulative precipitation, movement of the storms, a capability to track the tropical cyclones and various ranges of extreme weather phenomena.
If there is an emergency and there is a radioactive leakage and it goes into the atmosphere, then using your Doppler radar, you can predict where the radioactive plume will go in real time. Is that correct?
Exactly. The data from the weather radars can be estimated in the numerical weather models, and also we come to know the areas where rainfall is taking place in case of any radioactivity plume transported into the atmosphere during any event of accident, where the activity deposition can take place and where the likely dose can be delivered to the people. These areas, this information can be extracted from the weather radar information.
So this is all about being prepared in case an emergency happens. But before that, this radar is going to save lives for the simple reason it will help track cyclones and heavy precipitation events. At the Doppler radar facility of the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research in Kalpakam, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
Well, it all boils down to how we are dealing with climate change, how our ability to predict such extreme weather events, because it's happening all over the place, and it's happened once more in southern Tamil Nadu. Record rains, yes, for that state, but across the world you've been seeing record weather events.